Hello and welcome to the Philippines. This video is about your money, your security, and a little bit about scams here. It's something I've experienced very recently, very personally. First off, I want to touch on this scam that somebody's been trying to pull. And some of you may have seen it, even had this person comment using my name. Somebody is using my name, Amazing Philippines, along with my picture to make comments, try to get you to apparently download some information or something and get involved in cryptocurrency. Whatever, this discussion is not about crypto. It's about scams, and there's lots of people trying to make money on with scams online. And in this particular case, for whatever reason, if it's just a money-making scam, if it's somebody who has a personal grudge against me, whatever it is, you may have seen these comments. If you see them, I've deleted them as much as I can on my site. You actually click the link, and it takes you to my site. And what the person has been doing is using this picture, Amazing Philippines, the name and my picture, and suggesting they invest in cryptocurrency. Now, you click that picture to see where it takes you. It takes you back to my home page, Amazing Philippines, and on YouTube. And so, could be just a personal grudge or something. If you see this with comments about crypto or anything else that doesn't fit my personality, what you know about me on other sites, I hope you will bring it to attention of those people, because I'm not involved in that, not involved in trying to sell anything to anybody, especially in a scam type situation. The second point I want to make, and very important, have a plan B. Have more than one way to get cash here or any place in the world. A friend of mine recently lost his ATM card in one of these ATM machine, his debit card, and he regularly pulls cash out of there. It happened to him a couple of years ago too. I don't think he ever did get that card back. He had to have his bank in the U.S. send him one. So 2 3 weeks later, he finally got his card. Now, in this particular case, took him, I think, 5 days, and BPI Bank, he lost it at ATM machine, I think at J Center Mall, and he eventually they called him and said, we have retrieved your card, and we went by there. I went with him. We went by there, picked it up. It was a pretty painless process, but in the end, it took time. Fortunately, he had enough cash to take care of the things that he had to take care of, paying rent. This is a cash economy still for the most part. I pay rent with cash. I deposit it. I get cash out of my bank using ATMs or money transfer services. I go down to their bank, deposit it into their accounts. Also, not all ATMs will accept foreign debit cards, credit cards, so just be aware of that. Even in China, I had to be very careful to use the proper ones. Now, another option is to use one of the many money transfer services. I have used Remitly. I have tried to use World Remit. I've used Zoom quite a bit, which is owned by PayPal. And you can have problems with them also. So you should have at least 3 different options. I've had Remitly. I used them a couple times, and then they canceled my account one day, and I called them, and they said, we suspect fraud. Your account has been closed. We can't tell you why. There are no options. I sent myself $1,000 many months ago using World Remit, and they said your money is available for pickup. There's a number of places you can go to pick these things up. Each different company has different agents. Might be a bank or a money transfer place in someplace in the world. And as I was walking out the door to go get it, they sent me a text saying your the transfer has been canceled. I called them again. They said, we suspect fraud. We can't tell you why. There is no recourse. Go away. There are many money transfer places across the Philippines, and almost on every block. I may be exaggerating, depends on where you're at, but they're not all set up to accept foreign currency, especially when you get out of the main areas. So you might have to send yourself pesos, Philippine pesos, instead of your home currency. I have found just a few places that have U.S. dollars, for instance, and I would use that if I was traveling back to the U.S. or traveling to another country, Vietnam or some other country that accepts U.S. dollars more readily than Philippine pesos. So sometimes it's important to have those options. Many banks will have dollars, but not always in great quantities. So you need to plan ahead and plan to get your cash before the minute you need it. Plan a week or two in advance. I always try to use ATMs or money transfer services in a pretty well lit area with security around. And one thing to be aware of if you're using ATMs, you've heard of skimmers, and shimmers is the newest thing. They fit inside the card slot, and they can read the chips that are on the newer debit and credit cards, but there's still a lot of security technology in the chips that I've read. Kaspersky, one of the security companies, states that they still have not broken that except in lab situations. So if you have a chip, which is just about everything now, in your card, that is considered pretty secure. If the ATM feels or looks odd, it's a real tight fit for your card, keyboard doesn't look right, whatever, I suggest you just go to a different machine, some other place. Now with foreign exchange rates, the value of your money changes over time as well. I came here in 2015 originally. A US dollar was worth 45.5 pesos at that point in time. From there over the years, it continued to rise, hit a high of just over 54 pesos to the U.S. dollar, and I should have transferred a lot of money in at that time and exchanged them for pesos. Anyway, it's come down over the last about year and a half or so, and kind of leveled off. Right now, it's about 48.3 today. One of the issues with Thailand, in fact, in the last, I think, couple of years is that the value of the Thai baht continued to rise, so that the foreign currencies did not buy you as much goods and services. So that has been an issue. You can find charts like this on a number of sites. Forex, Forex, is a good site for your currency. Now, the last point I'm going to make, and where a lot of expats and tourists will lose a lot of money, spend a lot of money anyway, will be helping out the poor, those who have needs. And I don't want to offend anybody here, but in the case of expats and tourists, oftentimes it is in search of a companion. It is a female that doesn't have money, their phone broke, they need a new phone, they need to take a trip back to their province to get get their birth certificate, other things so that they can get a job. They need money to pay for the government, the BI checks, the different things that they need, their physical, to get a job, to work. They need to feed their family. Their family members are ill and have doctor and hospital bills. Medicine needs to be bought. And this can be male or female, old or young. It doesn't matter. I've heard the stories from the very young to very mature men and women who have stories. Some you can tell right off that they're not telling you the truth. They've use this story often. Others, you feel compassionate, you want to help. Understand what your budget is if you want to help people out. whether it's charity, uh, whatever the reason you want to help. If you have the money to help and you want to do that, makes you feel good, uh, great. There's chances that the story is made up and they've used it before, but like I said, if you want to help and spend the money, it's up to you. If, on the other hand, you're on a very tight budget, you're already taking a lot of risks, traveling and being in a foreign country that doesn't have much of a safety net for its people, much less foreigners that come here, and you really have to know what your limitations are. You have to set your limitations because it is easy to fall in love, in lust, to feel compassion, to want to help. And anyway, I'm going to end this video there. There again, if any of you have seen this scam using my likeness, the name of my channel, please let me know and let those channels know. And anyway, stay safe, stay healthy, and I've got more real estate type videos coming up soon, so I'll see you next time.